When we look at our personal lives, there are things there that we love, and it's like, yes, I love that more, please, of that. And then there's also things that we don't like so much, or patterns that we find ourselves falling into again and again, or experiences that we have again and again. It is because we have an identity that is tied to that outer experience. So I'm going to ask you just to think in your mind right now about something you're challenged with, something that you are feeling like you're grappling with, that you're challenged with. And so I want you to think in relation to that thing, what is your identity? So let's say that you're having right now financial challenges. And maybe this is something you've cycled through in your life and in your world repeatedly or multiple times. So the question to begin to ask yourself is, what is my identity related to this? If I was a character, who would I be? Am I the struggler? Am I the challenger? Am I the poor starving artist? Am I the loser, right? Am I the winner? So that if we're experiencing a challenge over and over, there's some identity that we have that's creating that experience over and over. And the important thing is to begin to look at what is that identity. Because if it's the struggler, then guess what? You're always going to struggle at some point. If your story and your identity is caught up in, you know what, I always have to work really, really hard for money and I always have to struggle, then that is going to be your identity. Are y'all following what I'm saying here, right? So you manifest, you reveal according to your identity. And last week when I talked about shutting the door, the idea was that you shut the door on that old identity. First, you got to be willing to say goodbye to it, to thank it, bless it. Thank you so much. You protected me and gotten me to this point. And now I am going to see you out because it's time for a new experience. So many times what happens is we're actually afraid to let go of that identity. We don't even know it, but we're so defined by it. We're so comfortable with it. We're so rewarded for it in our lives. These are things that are so woven into the fabric of who we are that we don't want to let them go. And then we wonder why our life does not get better, why certain things don't change. And so the big question actually is, am I really willing to let this identity go?